Hi, I'm Heather with Heather Lange Homes. Can you believe it? We're already in October. We just finished the third quarter of 2022. So let's dive right in. We're going to first take a look at stats comparing this last September to August, and then we'll take a look at our third quarter stats comparing third quarter of this year to last year. So let's see, the number of active homes decreased by 4% from this time in August, leaving us with less than 1,200 single-family homes here in Santa Clara County. Pending and sold listings both went down as well, 25% and 5% respectively. These stats really are supporting the noted trend that in August we were starting to see inventory starting to deplete. And, you know, usually we see in August, we see the most inventory of the year due to the summer months. And that's when most of sellers and buyers are trading and trying to get settled before the school year and before fall. But again, September 2022, we did indeed see a readjustment here where unmotivated sellers were removing their homes from market if they weren't getting the price that they wanted. And then those motivated sellers who weren't getting any offers due to the shifting market reduced their prices. And as soon as those prices were reduced, often the sellers, as long as they got into the new corrected trading range, they were starting to see multiple interest on many homes that had been sitting for a while. So sellers that were motivated were getting into contract. Average days on market did go up by 8%, translating into 2 more days more days on market than in August, with homes taking an average of 26 days to get into contract. This tells us that even with inventory decreasing, buyers are still very cautious. They remain cautious before making their purchase. We also see this evidenced with no real big shift in the average sale price for single family homes, as it remains just under that $2 million mark, with the list to sale ratio also remaining flat. September was a month full of price reductions on homes that weren't selling at their original ask price yet. On average, once that price was reduced, those buyers did come to the table. And again, like I had mentioned, sometimes with multiple interest, maybe not those 10 to 12 offers, but 1 or 2 offers. And that helped keep our average sale price steady, not reducing too drastically. The average price per square foot went up slightly by 1% from August, now resting at $1,046 per square foot. And the month's worth of inventory also remained flat, continuing to sit at that 1.5 months worth of inventory. Also supporting evidence that fall inventory season started a bit early this past August. As expected, with the continued Fed rate hike, the Fed raised the interest rate by 0.75 points this past September. And the mortgage industry then in turn they've adjusted their rates according to things being more expensive to borrow money. So they in turn made their adjustments. The 30-year conforming fixed rate, as noted by Bankrate, is now resting closer to 7%. And we are expecting to see the Fed continue to raise the prime rate in order to battle inflation, and purposefully, he's mentioned that purposefully they're going to be working on slowing the economy. So we do now have expectation of dipping into a recession as numbers across the economy are reflecting the slowdown, and that the Feds are, again, purposefully trying to slow inflation, slow the rising prices. So now let's turn and compare our third quarter of 2022 to that of the third quarter of last year. And even with the increased inventory that we saw these past few months, we still saw 9% less active homes than we did in the third quarter of 2022 than what we saw this time last year, third quarter of 2021. Yet the overall month's worth of inventory was 88% higher this year than last year's third quarter, evidenced that buyers are still remaining cautious. They are more cautious now than they were last year. And remember, last year's money was a lot cheaper. So even with that low inventory, everyone was just trying to get in while rates were low. And again, now with those higher interest rates, buyers are remaining cautious. The average price, sales price only adjusted down by 1%, just over $2 million in the third quarter of 2021, and now just under $2 million in the third quarter of 2022. The average sale price per square foot is still up by 1% from last year's third quarter, and this is more of a reflection of the strong and extremely high where the prices went extremely high in the first half of this year. So they have come down, but we haven't dipped below what's happened last year with sale prices. So more evidence that we're in this shifted market, but the housing market has not crashed and it's not expecting to crash. We saw the largest jump in the 30-year conforming fixed rate in a very long time. It went up over 3.5 points from 3.17% to 6.73% as noted by Bankrate. And again, that's for the 30-year conforming fixed rate. The Fed has warned us that they are making this purposeful effort to slow the economy, and that pain is involved in that process. It does now appear inevitable that we are headed towards a recession. We don't know how long or how deep it will go, but we know that it is on the top of everyone's mind, industry, individuals, as we head into the final quarter of 2022 and start the new year of 2023. So let's now turn and talk about what that means for buyers and sellers right now. As inventory continues to decrease into and through the holiday season, be aware that interest rates will likely continue to rise for some foreseeable future here. So if you find that right home for you, it may be a good time for you to just jump in and make that purchase. Purchasing sooner than later is going to allow buyers to take advantage of where rates are now, as opposed to if they go higher. That has an effect on purchase power. Lower inventory right now is helping to sustain and keep our sale prices steady and keep them holding at this point. So if a home is priced well, sellers are getting multiple interest. Again, maybe not those 10 to 20 offers, but 2 to 3, 5 offers if a home is presented well and priced well. So be strategic as you prepare for your purchase, buyers. You know, I have great strategy that helps buyers to position themselves so you can have strong terms. My buyers are not necessarily having to put down lots of cash in order to win or to necessarily pay top dollar like what the people had to do at the beginning of this year. Having strong terms puts you into a great strategic position. So keep that in mind, buyers. Sellers, we don't know when the Fed is going to stop raising the prime rate. And in turn, we don't know when that will stop raising mortgage interest rates. So if you aren't sure, if you need, actually, if you are knowing that you need to sell, but you're not sure when to do that, keep in mind and consider the fact that right now with low inventory, your prices are staying, your home sale prices are staying pretty steady. As interests continue to rise, We don't know where that tipping point will be for buyers, where we start seeing more softening of sale prices, even with low inventory. So keep that in mind. We don't know where things will be 2 to 3 months from now. If you are in a position and you have the luxury of flexibility, it may be wise for you to consider selling sooner than later. We don't, again, necessarily know what that tipping point is and when it'll happen for seeing the housing market and prices softening further. We are expecting to see some of that, but again, it's also important to remember that we are not in a housing crash. We are just seeing a shifted market. Now, more than ever, it is important for buyers and sellers to connect themselves to a strategic, diligent, trustworthy realtor. I am here to help you. If you need that help, reach out to me. I'm Heather with Heather Lange Homes. You can reach me at 408-207-3130. Send me an email, heather@heatherlangehomes.com. In the meantime, have a great start to your fall season here. The weather's beginning to shift. Stay healthy and safe. COVID is still out there. Get your boosters and your flu shots and enjoy the holidays that are coming. I'll see you again at the beginning of November. We can talk about what's happened this past October.